Good evening, all here in Bristol, and thank you very much for coming and being such an incredible crowd tonight. I feel really privileged to be here alongside some amazing people. My name is Gavaghan, and I work as a doctor in your NHS. Our NHS is the envy of the world, and countries have for years looked on our NHS as a model to aspire to. I want to say a few things on why I think this election, as a woman so articulately said on Victoria Derbyshire on Monday, is about life and death. I work in mental health, and this is an area, as I'm sure you all know, which is often neglected and sidelined. We are witnessing huge changes in our NHS, which means that increasingly services are cut and understaffed. Right now, there are 24,000 nursing vacancies in the NHS. And since 2010, the number of mental health nurses has fallen by over 6,000. In these last 6 years, 15,000 hospital beds have been cut, the equivalent of about 24 hospitals. And though care in the community sounds like a great thing, if there aren't services set up properly in the community, it means, as you will often know, people are out there on their own. I see the effects of this, and I have done for many years. I have held the hand of the mother in A&E whose acutely psychotic and distressed daughter has had to be shipped halfway across the country, away from her mum, her family, her friends, her community, just to get a bed. As a doctor, I've had to turn people away in their darkest moments because there are simply no beds across the entire country, not one. I have witnessed the devastating aftermath of these cuts to our National Health Service. I shall not detail them here tonight, though the images of those people, mothers, brothers, sons, shall remain with me, forever etched in my mind. We have a great opportunity here. We have a chance of a lifetime, and it is crucial that we all use it so that those people, those lives, are honoured in some way. Under the Tories, we are witnessing the infant mortality rate rising for the first time in a decade, in the sixth richest country in the world. Social care is in crisis. Spending on mental health fell by 600 million in the last Parliament. The Tories have no plan to tackle the financial crisis facing the NHS and social care. Their plan, in fact, is to make £22 billion worth of efficiency savings, or, in other words, cuts. This will make things much worse, and it will risk staff leaving the NHS and services closing. The NHS has quite literally been cut to the bone. I cannot watch this happen and stay silent, and neither should you. We must not be apathetic. We must all become politically engaged. After experiencing for myself the sustained attack on both my profession and my patients from this government in the long industrial dispute that we were involved in as doctors, I know that we can, but only together, make change. We are incredibly strong when we work together. We have the chance for change. Jeremy Corbyn is determined to look after your NHS, to safely... He has pledged and promised to safely staff it, to fund it, to stop the privatisation that is happening at a rapid pace, and to ensure that your National Health Service continues to belong to you. The great Tony Benn said there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralise them. Let us not be controlled. Let us think for ourselves. Let us not be fearful. Let us stand up together and say loud and clear that we no longer accept the status quo, but instead will make a choice on the 8th of June to say we shall all support the Labour manifesto, not just for ourselves and our families, but for the many. I shall be voting Labour on the 8th of June, and I hope you will too.